зв'язі.
Ефір. Ми в ефірі.
Hello, everyone.
Доброго дня всім. Дякую кожному з вас, кожній з вас за те, що ви долучилися до нашого заходу сьогодні. Перед початком я хотіла б подякувати всім вам за те, що ви сприяли організації цієї події. І я хотіла б подякувати команді
Facilitators and teachers of Cohort 1, interpreters and Arena Event Agency. Without have done it. So I think we can begin our forum. Today with us, there are about 1,000 teachers who will start their learning on the online teacher community platform from the 8th of September. Actually, it is next Monday. And some school leaders have managed to join us today. And we have about 300 of them, which is really good. So welcome everyone. We have received quite a lot of questions from you about the teacher development program, its content, duration, requirements for getting a certificate, about OTC platform, the challenges which can be on the platform, and many other questions. And I hope that today we will manage to give answers to, if not to all of the questions, but to majority of your questions. And you can get clear idea of your learning journey on the OTC platform. And now I'm happy to invite the director of the British Council in Ukraine, Nicholas Thomas, to welcome you in his speech. Nick, over to you.
Thank you, Vika, and welcome everybody. It's a real pleasure to be here this afternoon. And I'd like to start by echoing Viktoriia's thanks to all of you for participating. And thank you to colleagues at the British Council and other colleagues who've done today's event possible.
Я хотів би подякувати колегам із Британської Ради і за
We're very proud of the partnership that we've had now for a number of years with the Ministry of Science to support the new Ukrainian school reforms. And for several years, our focus has been to provide English teachers with an opportunity to develop professionally. And we've done this at scale, like today. It's amazing that we can have so many people in the same virtual space all together at once, and really exciting that we can use these new platforms. And as I said, we've worked at scale in this area for a number of years. In 2017 to 18, for example, we trained around 18,000 primary school teachers of English were trained in our methodology. And in the current program, in the basic school program that we're rolling out now, we hope and expect to engage with around 10,000 teachers. So significant scale. We're very proud of the online teacher community, the OTC platform that we've developed recently. And it will be through the OTC that the 7-week program that we've developed is going to be delivered. We've already mentioned, Viktoriia already mentioned the OTC, and you're going to hear more about it, I think, this afternoon, and lots of questions, but we're very, very excited about it. And this program aims to provide teachers with an opportunity to develop their skills in teaching English within the framework of the new Ukrainian school reforms. And it's going to be facilitated by around 80 local teacher trainers, or as we like to call them, change agents. This is the second cohort now that we're about to start next week, I think, of around 3,000 teachers. We've just finished a first cohort of around 2,000 teachers, and there'll be another cohort of approximately 3,000 again in next February. So the program will be finished by around March. So very excited about all of that. Real pleasure to be here. Delighted to be working with all of you. Good luck with the program, and I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick, for this information, for informing teaching about what we do in our projects and English projects. And I hope that we are going to have another exciting journey of the second cohort of teachers on the OTC platform. Before we started, let me briefly walk you through the program and the house rules. Today we have two presentations. Viktoriia Ivanishcheva, which is me, will introduce a teacher development program to you. And Cristiana Osan will tell us about the online teacher community platform, its functionality, and what to do in case we experience any challenges there. 3 facilitators and 4 teachers of Cohort 1 will participate in the panel discussion and will share their views, experience on learning on the platform. And they will give you their advice on how to be engaged in the activities on the platform. If you will tell us about the online teacher community platform, its functionality, and what to do in case Maria Pana will moderate a discussion. If you have questions, comments, or clarification, joining on the platform, and they will clarification. You can write them in the comment box in the Facebook, and our moderators, our Facebook moderators, will pass on your questions to us during Q&A session or after each of the presentations. I would like to say that the conference is being recorded. If you would like to watch it again or send it to your colleagues or to those who didn't manage to attend the event today, you can find a link on the British Council Facebook page. So let's get cracking. Today, let me share my screen. In your registration form, you asked a lot of questions about the program. What is the format of the training? Whether it's synchronous or asynchronous? How long does the program last? What is the required level of English? And many other questions. So I hope that today, during this presentation, you will be able to find answers to quite a lot of your questions. Let me outline the agenda of my presentation. Today, I will describe you the core program, its structure and components. I will outline criteria for obtaining certificates after completing the program. And finally, I will tell you what is required from you, teachers, to participate effectively in the activities of the program and to get certificates at the end. So let's start, let's start with the core program. The main aim of the program is to provide teachers with an opportunity to improve skills of teaching English in the secondary basic school and equip them with necessary methods and techniques to organize lessons in a communicative way and create all the opportunities for learners to communicate effectively during lessons and beyond the lessons. I have chosen 4 outcomes of the program. There are more than 4, but the major one, in my view, are the following. By the end of the program, teachers, you will be able to deepen your knowledge and understanding of the national standards, national curricula, requirements of the new Ukrainian school reform. You will also have an opportunity to deepen your awareness of the role of a teacher as a facilitator of learning. You will have a chance to consider the tools for further professional development. And during this program, reflection and cooperation with other teachers are the main one. And through reflection and through learning from each other, you can get better understanding of your role, what you have to do in order to become effective in teaching learners. And you will also have an opportunity to analyze and evaluate ways of developing learners' thinking skills. And you will be able to simulate situations that encourage their deep learning, information processing, effective questioning, and the use of core skills in learning a foreign language. Now let's have a look at the core program and what it consists of. There are 6 modules in a program. Each module lasts for a week, except for module 3, which is called Managing the Educational Process. This module is spread across 2 weeks. Looking at the first one, which is Introduction to the Program, you will have an opportunity to familiarize with the content of the Teacher Development Program and the platform functionality. You can have access to learning content. You can create your profiles and check your progress on the platform. You will get an opportunity to know each other, to know your peers and your facilitators, to build a rapport. And in addition to that, you will deepen your understanding of the importance of the reflective practice and a variety of tools which you can use to reflect. The second module, which is called Understanding Learners and Their Learning Preferences, is looking at recognizing various ways of that learners can differ, and you will be able to define differentiation. You will also be able to analyze and evaluate differentiation by resources, tasks, and support. And during live sessions with your colleagues, you can compare overall similarities and differences of the primary and secondary school learners and create a profile of learners of grades 5, 6, and 7, 9. Module 3, Managing the Educational Process, consists of 2 parts. The first part looks at the lesson planning, and the second one is about classroom management. During the first part of this module, you will have an opportunity to enhance your understanding of the importance of lesson planning and identify features and components of a good lesson, as well as stages of an effective lesson. And during live sessions, you can discuss and develop understanding of the national standards, national curricula as a source for constructing learning and teaching. You will explore the curricula in terms of the overall expected outcomes and the content for basic secondary school learners. In addition, you will enhance understanding of backward planning as a recipe for success and explore the flipped classroom approach and decide how you can apply this approach in your ELT context. As regards lesson planning, classroom management, you will be able to identify effective classroom interaction patterns and analyze different learner grouping. And in addition to that, you will explore possible issues with pair and group work and looked for solution how to deal with them. And what is important during live sessions, you will be able and have an opportunity to reconceptualize approaches to learning and teaching in view of the new Ukrainian school reform and consider ways of contextualizing learning, not looking at grammar, vocabulary, speaking, writing separately, but looking at it holistically. In your registration forms, nearly all of you asked about assessment, and you will have an opportunity to look at assessment for learning in this program. You will be able to identify the purpose of assessment for learning and its key characteristics and analyze assessment activities to promote learning as well. You can have an opportunity to examine and evaluate the current situation with assessment in Ukrainian schools and identify areas where assessment can be improved. Module 5 focuses on developing communicative language skills. You will have an opportunity to review all course materials in order to be able to apply the knowledge and skills to the development of teaching blueprint. By teaching blueprint, we mean тематичне планування, which is topical planning, and it will prepare you for designing and drafting blueprints in Module 6. And the program finishes with a roundup conference during which you can share your feedback on your learning in this program. Now let's move to another part of the presentation, which is program components. And there are two of them, synchronous and asynchronous. During live sessions, you can communicate with your colleagues and your facilitator and discuss different ideas or share challenges and experience synchronously at a time identified and agreed by teachers of your group and facilitator. A synchronous component consists of self-access modules of online course. There are 5 modules there, forum discussions, and portfolio tasks. So you can see that your participation in this program will be done synchronously and asynchronously. And the asynchronous part is done purely and totally on the British Council online teacher community platform. As regards self-access modules, you will be able to familiarize with its content and do some tasks at a time and place convenient to you. Forum discussions are moderated by OTC facilitators who are local English teachers who we call change agents. And in order to communicate and write your posts in forum discussions effectively, you can use the forum guide, which you can find in participants manual. Portfolio, you will get portfolio tasks from your facilitators, and portfolio guide will help you to complete these tasks successfully. You can see timetable for Cohort 2 program for November and December. And you can see that there are 6 weeks which you are going to, I would like to say, exciting 6 weeks which you are going to spend on the platform synchronously and asynchronously. And as you look at the timetable, you can see that each of them is spread across 1 week. Except for weeks 3 and 4, which is for understanding standards and curricula. And each module consists of live sessions marked, it's pink, it's light pink in my case. Forum discussions are marked in green, and online forums marked in blue. What is important that the place and the order of live sessions cannot be moved, cannot be changed, cannot be shifted or exchanged. Let's say live session on the 8th of November cannot be done on the 10th of November because all this structure is embedded into the program. But you can agree on the timing. We recommend to start live sessions at 5 o'clock, but you can agree with your facilitator and with everybody in your group about the time convenient to you. So you can see that the program finishes on 17th of December with the roundup conference, but this conference can be delivered either on 16th of December or on 18th of December, which is Saturday, or even move to the next week, which you will choose when it will be convenient for you to do it. You will get timetable together with the welcome letter. I will talk about it a bit later. So I would like to sum up this part that the course lasts for 6 weeks and the total number of hours is 60. And this total number of hours comprises 20 hours of asynchronous participation in online modules and forum discussions, and 40 hours for participation in live session synchronously. Let's move to the next part, which is about certificates. Nearly all of you wondered whether certificates are recognized, who will issue certificates, what are the criteria for getting the certificates. And if you look at the slide, you can find 4 main criteria in order to get a certificate, which is issued by the in-service teacher training institution, IPPO, and your learning on the platform is recognized as part of your professional development, підвищення кваліфікації. And in order to get this certificate, you have to complete self-access course, 5 modules, 100%. You have not only participate in forum discussions, but you have to participate in forum discussions meaningfully, meaning you provide your response to questions which facilitators write in forums, giving your reasons why you think so, agreeing or disagreeing with your colleagues, and again, explaining why. Another criteria is that you have not only to attend live sessions, but fully engage in live sessions, 100%. And by fully engagement, we mean that you participate in discussions in breakout room, you share your experience, you share your views, and this will be recorded in your work. And one more task which you have to do is to complete all portfolio tasks which your facilitators give you during this program. So I would like once again to stress that this program is recognized, and certificate which you can receive will be issued by in-service teacher training institutions. And on the slide, you can see a template for a certificate which we will issue pilot school teachers. So template which you get from the in-service teacher training institutions can be different. It will be their template, but the content of the certificate will be the same. You can see the name of the program, its content, and the number of hours you did in this program. So in order to get a certificate and to meet all these requirements, what is expected from you in participating in this program? So there are some requirements which you can see on the slide. One of the most important one, in my view, is your willingness and commitment to your professional development, to meaningful and active participation in all activities on the platform and in the program. A required level of English is B2 and higher. And as regards technical requirements, you need to have computers or notebooks to participate in live sessions, but you can use mobile phones if you do modules of online course or write your posts in forums. And yeah, it's obvious that you need to have connection to the internet. One more important requirement is time management. This program is not a full-time program, and you have to combine it with your obligations of teaching students at school, studying on the platform in this program, and your family commitment. In this case, you have to really carefully and effectively manage your time. Our experts and teachers and facilitators of the panel discussion will share their advice and tips how to do it effectively. And it's not scary as it looks at first glance, but it will be manageable, and it will be exciting, and it will be enjoyable. So to register for the course, so the question is how you can register for the course. Today, you will receive a welcome letter, today, probably tomorrow morning. You will receive a welcome letter from your facilitators. You can find participants manual and OTC and troubleshooting guide attached to this email. I would like to recommend you to, to read the guides carefully from the beginning until the end and follow all the steps outlined there. In this case, your enrollment to the course and registration on the platform will be quick and easy. So this is all what I wanted to tell you about the program. In case you have questions or comments or clarification, please feel free to write to me or to Miroslava Shlapak by email, which you can see on the slide. And if you have questions now, I will be happy to answer if I can.
Viktoriia,
yeah,
thank you very much for the great start, for introducing and outlining the program. I think you've addressed a lot of the questions we received from the teachers who registered for the event, but I think we have one more question from the chat for you. The question is, can teachers still sign up to take part in this program, or is it too late?
Unfortunately, for Cohort 2, which starts on the 8th of November, we cannot sign in or add any of you who would like to participate in the program. But there will be a chance for you to register for the program for February and March next year. We will inform in-service teacher training institutes methodologists, and they will contact you and make a list of those who would like to participate in the program. And you will have this chance to complete the program and to be awarded with a certificate.
Thank you very much, Viktoriia. As you know, there will be more time for your questions at the end. And now we'll be moving on to the next presentation by Cristiana Osan, who is the moderator of the online teacher community platform.
Yes, yes.
Cristiana?
Can I introduce Cristiana first?
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mika.
I would like to introduce Cristiana. Who will present the OTC platform, its functionality, challenges you can face, and OTC team and British Council team in Ukraine consider the platform as professional home for teachers, and you will understand why we think so. I would like to say that Cristiana is an English teacher with 11 years of teaching experience, and she is also Delta certified teacher educator. For the last 12 years, Cristiana has worked as a teacher educator, trainer, online moderator, and examiner for international certificates, and materials writer. So you can see that Cristiana's expertise is really wide. And in case you have any questions or recommendations from her, you can contact her and she will be happy to share it with you. Cristiana collaborates with teachers in various projects from different countries around the world. And what is important, Cristiana is OTC moderator for Ukraine, which means that she can help teachers from Ukraine who are learning on the platform and OTC facilitators in our professional development. This is the person you can contact and get a really professional advice from her. Cristiana, over to you.
Thank you very much, Vika. That's such a sweet presentation. Thank you so much. Actually, I'm really excited to be here because I've been working with Ukrainian teachers for quite some time now. I consider myself lucky to be the moderator, the OTC moderator, who is, let's say, working directly with the facilitators and the teachers in Ukraine. Why? Because I think it's a great opportunity all of us have. What do I mean? I work with teachers around the world. I've been working with thousands of teachers all over the world, but it's very rare to see teachers that are so engaged and so motivated, and at the same time, teachers who have the support of the policymakers and the school management. So it looks like you have reached a point where everything is converging towards a true reform, and I'm very excited to be part of that. Vika has already shared quite a lot about the program. I'm going to refer mostly to the platform. Okay, so the program, I think you saw lots of details. I'm going to refer to the platform, and more than that, I'm going to show the platform to you in a few minutes. As Vika said, we really hope you will feel comfortable on the platform and you will feel that this is your new professional development, and why not personal development platform. I truly believe that professional development goes hand in hand with personal development. And together we will go through many things. You saw that there are many components. Just to recap very, very briefly, I want to highlight that you do have those Teaching for Success modules. You do have the forums where you can discuss with your facilitators and with your peers. These discussions will be very specific and adapted to each group. So it's a great opportunity for you to make the content yours, to make the whole experience, to own the experience. Vika mentioned the regular live meetings, which are absolutely wonderful. We have had many reactions to these live sessions, and they are all positive. I just want to add to that. So this is the part that, these three things were the part that you had to focus on for the project. But there's more, and you can choose to do more if you want to. On the one hand, we will have some webinars delivered by leading ELT experts. So you can choose to attend those. You can also take part in special interest groups, and I will tell you in a minute what groups we have available. And of course, you have the portfolio that is very important for us. We really want to become a community of reflective practitioners. So I hope that you do realize, once again, that you can tailor the experience. You can choose whatever suits your needs, and you can decide how much you want to get involved outside the requirements of the project. I mentioned the SIGs, the special interest groups. We have 6 of them, and all of them were formed because the teachers from our region asked for them. These are topics that people wanted to find out more. We have a SIG on action research, one on special educational needs, another one on 21st century skills, ICT in education, multilingualism, and the SIG that I am working on, and that is climate change in language education. You can enroll in 1, 2, 3, all 6 of them. It's up to you, really. It depends on your interests and what you want to find out more about. I want to highlight one thing. If inside the project, you have the opportunity to work with teachers from your region or from Ukraine, from the whole of Ukraine. In the SIGs, you will open up and you will work with teachers and with moderators who are not from Ukraine. Sometimes having a different perspective of things can be very useful. So we welcome you to the SIGs where you will work with people from other countries too. We want to make sure that our new home, as we said, is a safe place. All of us have to feel comfortable and safe on this platform. That's why we insist that we keep everything friendly and professional. We haven't had any problems with Ukrainian teachers, and I'm sure we won't have any problems, but we just have to mention that the use of inappropriate language will be, of course, penalized. There is a code of conduct that you can find on the platform. Please take a look and respect it. As Vika said, all the activity on the project must be done on the platform. Please get used to checking what is happening. Just log in several times during the week and see what is going on. And of course, you will also have a section on safeguarding so that you know exactly how you can make this experience safe for you. And finally, just to recap of what I've just said, we ultimately want you to have a sense of ownership of the professional development. You are encouraged, and you are also given the tools that will help you to develop professionally through interacting with the other colleagues, the other teachers, and the facilitators. Of course, we encourage you to become reflective practitioners, as I said. Please feel free to keep everything very, to make everything very applicable, practical. Don't stay in your discussions at the theoretical level. Make sure that in the forums, you share how you tried things and how they work. So make the whole discussion about your experience, not some theory about teaching. And finally, you will have access to more resources, again, if you have the time and if you have the energy. And I know that Ukrainian teachers do have the energy. You will see that there are more options for you to choose from. And finally, I will share on the platform as well, if there are any technical problems, if you notice anything that might not work properly, please understand that this is still a kind of new platform. They are trying to help us, but we have to inform them exactly what is not working very well. So use the help button to report issues. I will show you on the platform where the button is. The moment you send the message from the platform, you receive an email, an automatic email. Please reply to that and explain provide screenshots so that the technical team can understand what the problem is and they solve it for you. So that's, don't wait for somebody to understand you have a problem. If there is a problem, I'm not saying that it will be, just in case, please make sure that you know what you have to do. The help button and then reply to the email. You will see that there are lots of events on the platform. And as I said, I know that Ukrainian teachers are wonderful and they are really open-minded. Please realize that just like with everything else in life, you get out of this as much as you put into it. So if you don't participate, you won't get much out of it. The more you give, the more you share, the more vibrant and active the community will be, and you will have more opportunities to learn. And bear in mind, this is not just your regular course. This is more than a course. It's a project. It's a huge project that allows you to adopt it and adapt it. So just be very curious, explore things, try to see what is in there for you, and see how you can choose those activities. I promise that I will show the platform. Let me do just that. So when you get your login details and you access the platform, this is the home page. As you can see here up the screen, there are some buttons that will be useful. Before I go through those tabs, we call them, let me show you what is available on the home page. First of all, you have your calendar here. And if you click on my calendar, you will see if there are webinars scheduled. Then you have the announcements. You can access them here. There is a little icon in the top right corner, or you just have these corner, this box with announcements. If you click on them, you will see that we have some regular announcements about different things. One of them is Eld Concept of the Week. Each week we publish a new concept. We publish a concept that people are interested in, and we provide some support, some interesting links, and so on. We also have a publication of the month. If you check this out, you can download a free publication, not only from British Council, also from other English publishers that we trust. And also all sorts of announcements. For instance, there is a free course going on right now that British Council offers, and you can find out how you can join the free course here. Okay, this is the home page. I'll go back to this. Probably the most important buttons for you are My Learning and Forums. But before I go and explore them, please notice that there is this support button. You have a drop-down menu, a little arrow, and you have tutorials. So before you raise a ticket, as I told you to report issues, please take a look at the tutorials you have here and see if maybe your question has an answer here. If you want to reach your course, your group, if you want to find the people you are going to work with, you have to come to My Learning. And again, you have a drop-down menu. You go to My Learning, My Groups, and this will take you to the groups that you are enrolled in. For the moment, you'll have just your group. I'm just going to show you an example of a group. You will see the group and you can click on View Group. The activities are loading. And if you scroll down, you will see that you have an introduction. In the introduction, you have some very short activities to do. You have a welcome video, which explains a bit how the platform works, so it's very useful. You have a short training on EDI, Equality, Diversity and Inclusion, and that safeguarding I mentioned earlier, which is very important to us. So in order to do any activity on the platform, it's quite simple because they tell you where you have to click, right? Start task. So you click on Start Task. You are taken to the page where you have the task. Once again, you have to click on Start. and the program will open in a separate window, okay? Now, when the video is done, okay, this is the welcome video. So when that is done, you can come back. It will open in a separate window, I said. If you get a message that the video cannot play or the activity cannot start, you will just have to look up here, because there will be some pop-ups that you need to allow in order to run the course. So it's quite simple. Look at the screen. If there is anything like this little locket is crossed, you just have to click on it and click on allow. So you see, when you finish an activity, it appears completed. This is what you want. You remember, Victoria told you, you have to have 100% completion, which means that next to each activity, you have to have this green tick and completed. So if I go back to the coursework, I just wanted to show you that this was just the introduction, but the modules are grouped together under coursework. So everything you need to complete is in that section, coursework. So there you will find the modules. Maybe it's easier if I just go to my groups again. Okay, here we are. So I'll go to my group again, just to show you the coursework. I wanted to make sure you know how to find the modules, which are the starting point, let's say. You see, that was the introduction. When you finish that, when everything is completed, this tab will open automatically. And if you click on coursework, you will see all the activities one by one, and you can click on them and you can work in them gradually. As I said, if you are just enrolled, it will say enrolled. If you started working but you didn't finish, it will say in progress. And when you finish, it will turn green and it will say completed. So you can check what you have completed and what you still need to complete. So those are the modules. One important activity for us is the forums, because in the forums you stay in touch with the group. Right now, your groups are being uploaded, so the previous groups are being removed. So I can't show you your forum exactly because it's being built on, but I can show you how what the forum looks like in our Facilitator Cafe. Our dear facilitators have a little place just for them. And I just wanted to show you, for instance, here I started a discussion in which I congratulated the facilitators that worked with the first cohort because they did an amazing job. And when you go to a forum, if you scroll down, you will see different discussions, okay? And when you want to see what is inside each, you just click on View Conversation. It's pretty intuitive, right? It's not too complicated. And once you are inside the conversation, you can read the post and you have a reply button. You click on reply, there is this window that opens, you can type your answers. As I said, we insist that you make the posts very personal and you keep everything being very practical. And these are the activities that I will show you for the moment. Maybe just one more thing, because we mentioned the portfolio. We have here my portfolio. This is the place where you can go and upload your reflection. You will find out more about this from your facilitators. If you upload any documents like certificates, or if you really build your portfolio online, make sure that you don't share those with the others. The reflection, share it so that your facilitator can see it. All right, and in case of problems, you remember what I told you, the little help button. If you're on a mobile device, it's orange and it has a question mark. If you're on a laptop, it just says help. You click on it, you can choose the type of problem that you are reporting. You can select it. And it's important to say it's available also before you log in. If you have problems logging in, you can just select I can't log in. You have to introduce your name and the email with which you are enrolled, please, not another email. The email must be the one you use for the project. Give some details, not too many, and click on send. And as I said, immediately the platform will send you an email. Reply to that email, because otherwise people don't know exactly what the problem is. I wish you good luck. I can't wait to see you online. You will mostly work with your facilitators, but you can also choose to come to our SIGs, or we may have some webinars. Anyway, lots of good vibes from me. I wish you good luck, and I hope you will enjoy the experience. This is very important for us. That is not only a successful experience, but also an enjoyable experience.
Thank you, Cristiana. Thank you for this detailed information about the platform and what teachers can do, not only to participate in the program, which I have described, but you can find quite a lot of opportunities for your professional development. And if I may, I would personally recommend you to be members of the special educational needs group, because quite a lot of you ask these questions. And classroom action research, which is #1 for your professional development, in my view. So just spend some time to browse the platform, to see what you can do there, just to find the information what Cristiana has shared with us. So just enjoy being there. So thank you, Cristiana, once again.
Thank you.
Yeah, and now let me introduce Maria, who has already been active in asking questions. And Maria will moderate our forum discussion and Q&A session. And I would like to say that Maria has worked at the British Council in Ukraine for 11 years as a teacher, an ICT coordinator, young learner coordinator, and a senior teacher. So she has also quite a huge experience in ELT. Apart from that, Maria is Delta certified and has completed a few courses in in teaching online. And I would like to say that she is also an international TILAC tutor. And TILAC is a course for teachers who would like to develop their teaching skills of teaching young learners. And currently, Maria is working for the British Council English Online, which is an international online teaching project. But her keen interest in teaching and learning is not the only one. She likes traveling, and she likes climbing mountains, riding her motorbike in her free time. And in addition, she likes learning other languages. And she is not only a fluent professional English-speaking expert, but she also can speak Spanish and German. So, Maria, it's now your turn, and the floor is yours.
Viktoriia, thank you very much for such a flattering introduction. I'd also like to say thank you to you for starting the event today. And Cristiana, thank you very much for your enthusiastic presentation and the tour of the platform. Actually, a lot of our participants found the tour very practical, and thank you for the tips. A lot of people say thank you to you and say that it was really, really helpful for them. However, I'm sure that you've already heard quite a lot about the platform and the program from Viktoriia and Cristiana. But today we actually have a chance to talk to the people who have really experienced the program from the inside and are really eager to pass the baton to you, to the next cohort. So please welcome the teachers and the facilitators from the previous cohort who have just completed this program. So today with us, we have Marina Mochikina. Hello, Marina.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Marina is a teacher trainer in the New Ukrainian School, and she's also a methodologist in the Donetsk Teacher Training Institute. I personally really like Marina's motto, and I wholeheartedly support it. She says, no one should suffer at school, especially the teacher. So hopefully all of us can learn a bit more how to do that. Next, we have Olga Romanovskaya. Hello, Olga.
Hello, everyone. Have a nice evening.
Thank you very much, Olga. Olga has recently taken on the role of a facilitator on our platform, and she has a lot of professional interests like teaching methods and the learner psychology, and very, very importantly, sharing the experience with her colleagues. But Olga, I think you've also taken part in the new Ukrainian school trainings as a teacher, right?
Yes.
You have, so for the first and the second grades of school. So you have some experience on both sides. Okay, thank you, Olga. Next, we have Ivan Copperlos joining us from the picturesque Yasina village in the Carpathian Mountains. Ivan, are you there?
Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thanks. I'm sure we'd also like to visit the place you're in at the moment. Ivan is a secondary school teacher himself and also another of our platform facilitators. I know that he focuses a lot on using modern technology in the classroom. But Ivan, I've also heard that you have a lot of hobbies. Can you tell us what they are?
Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you for mentioning that. Well, the main is, like I have mentioned, is astrophysics, because they say that everything has started from there. So we are kind of a part of the stars, so kind of a stardust. So that's one of my main hobbies. So reading, that's one of the best. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Ivan, for sharing that. Okay, and now is the time for our teachers from the previous cohort who have just participated in the program. We have Angela Kach, who teaches English at Lysinivska School. Angela, are you there?
Yes, hi everyone.
Yeah, Angela, the school you work in is not far from Chernihiv, right?
Yes, right, you are.
Right, okay, so Angela manages to combine work, teaching, and bringing up two children. And she still very much loves teaching and meeting interesting people. Then we have Ludmila Hambig. Ludmila.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hi, Ludmila. Ludmila has just finished the course of the new Ukrainian school for teaching English. And she's been teaching English for 10 years, pretty much like me. And Ludmila, I'll probably share your secret and say that you're a big fan of all the British Council courses, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, then we've got Ludmila Pushko here. Ludmila?
Hello, everyone.
Great, Ludmila is here too. Ludmila is a senior teacher and a deputy principal in the Shostka Gymnasium. And you completed the training program in spring, didn't you?
Yes, and it was about mentorship.
Aha. I really like one thing you said about teaching, that life as a teacher begins the day you realize that you're always a learner. I think it's a very important thing for us teachers to understand. And last but not least, we have Viktoriia Craftsova.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Viktoriia.
Nice to meet you.
Great. Viktoriia is a teacher of English in Bilovodsk Lyceum #1, which is in the east of the country in Lugansk Oblast. But Viktoriia, as far as I know, you don't only teach English, you teach another language, don't you?
Yeah. I know Chinese language and I like a little, but the most powerful, I think, English. But sometimes I practice my Chinese, and also I have some club with my children in the school.
That's quite remarkable, Viktoriia. Viktoriia is a very active citizen. Apart from that, she takes part in exchange programs, volunteering projects, one of those brave teachers who are ready to embrace change and adapt to all the new reforms. So, my dear panelists, let's start off with our talk about your experience of the platform and the teacher development program. And we'll start off with the question. What is your impression of our teacher development program? What do you think of it? Okay, I think Ivan, would you like to share your experience?
Yeah, thank you. Can I?
Of course.
Yeah, for me, it has been literally a life-changing experience because last year I have been a participant of the OTC platform. And, you know, I've been impressed by the work of the facilitators and Lydia and Cristiana. They were, you know, so impressive. And Cristiana has mentioned that this platform is meant to be like comfortable place, you know, and it has been so much comfortable that I've decided to be a part of it. So can you imagine that? I wanted really to do the same, like to other teachers, and, you know, make other teachers feel the same sense of success when you can accomplish something, when you can learn something really new, because the platform provides like a kind of a new approach to already known problems, to already known issues, and you have that fresh and new look on everything. And the mood that you have during the live sessions, during the forums, is absolutely impressive. So you just and that's impressive. So that's my first impression, and it lasts like for already 2 years. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, Ivan. Okay, do we have any other teachers or facilitators? Angela would like to say something.
Yeah, I would like to say that I'm just a simple teacher. I work in a village school, but my impressions of this program, they are really very useful. It's very useful. It's very interesting. They are very, very big, because I've never participated in something like that before. I had a great chance to communicate with my colleagues. I had a great chance to communicate with perfect facilitator, because I like my facilitator very much. And it was a really great chance to find out something new, to find out and to understand what to do next, how to improve my teaching. So that's all for now.
Thank you, Angela and Ivan. By the way, you already have a comment from our audience. Someone got inspired by you and said, I think it will be really cool and useful for our self-development. Olena Ostapuk left that comment for you. In the meantime, do we have any other teachers or facilitators who would like to share their impression of the program? Ludmila Pushko.
Can I say a few words? I found this program very encouraging, because very often after live sessions and after working at forums, I returned to my class and I tried to apply what I learned and what I wanted to improve in my skills and in my techniques. Moreover, I had an opportunity to discuss all these things with my colleagues, and it was great.
May I add?
Yeah? Please do.
I'm very satisfied of this platform of this program, because it's really great and I have great impressions. First of all, because it's a huge collaboration between each other, and we have a great opportunity to communicate with our colleagues, with teachers. And we highlighted some structured work, how to work all together, how to work in groups, how to work in pairs, how to support each other. It's very useful. And also we practice our English speaking skills. It motivates us. Of course, we will motivate our children to work more better, and also implement their knowledge, English knowledge, in their future, in their true life. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Viktoriia. It's interesting that Ludmila actually mentioned how important it is to learn something that we can actually use in our classrooms, because as teachers, you know that we are always very pressed for time, and it's very important that if we go on a teacher development course, that it has to be relevant and it has to help us rather than just add to our workload. So I want to ask you my next question. To what extent is the content of this program relevant to what you do day by day in your classroom? Were you able to apply what you learned in your teaching context? Okay, Angela, would you like to start?
Yes, so I can start. And first of all, I should say that it was the main, maybe the key point, to use something to see how it works in our classroom. Because what for are these learning? We are learning in order to practice it with our students and to see the result. And you know, I tried some techniques, some ideas. Sometimes it worked, but sometimes not. But at least I tried it, and now I know what to improve and how to do everything to be better in future.
Wow. Okay. Ivan also has something you'd like to share?
Yes, thank you. This has been definitely a very like useful information, because I have started to think more about differentiation. I have started to think more about students' reflection, about self-reflection. And I can see that the teachers of the cohort 1 are telling the same things, because they have mentioned that they did everything like standardly, but this platform, this course allows them to have a new look on that, have some new great tips, because for example, I've been doing my planning in one way. I've been trying to improve it every time, but the OTC has provided me some new information on how to make my planning much better, much more efficient. So the information is really very useful. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ivan. Olga, our facilitator, would also like to contribute.
Yeah, I would like to add that after completing the course, we asked our teachers, our participants, to answer some questions in the survey. And I'd like to read out some comments of the teachers. This is very important and useful. They were the best courses I've ever had before. The content of the course was very useful and informative. And I would like to add from myself that the content of the course is really useful and helpful for the teachers. It's really make the teachers think about different techniques, methods of teaching, and it encourages them to try these new methods and techniques into their teaching practice. Thank you.
Okay, and I'm not sure, Ludmila Hambig, I think you'd like to say something as well?
Yeah, I wanted to say that the program itself is not about getting a certificate, but getting a lot of really valuable information. And the content of the program is really relevant and up to date. We had an opportunity to get very useful ideas, we could familiarize with the national, with a new Ukrainian school reform with standards for basic school and compare with primary ones. We could do a lot of activities and applying them at school. So it was trying.
Thank you. It's really great to hear, you know, when we can really try something in our classroom and it really works. Viktoriia.
Yeah, so as for me, I think that for teachers it is very important to understand, for better planning their lessons, to understand the assessment for learning and assessment of learning, because before this course we don't think deep about it, and maybe we prepared but not think enough about the difference between them. It's very important, and it is a very, very useful tool for preparing and to better structured lesson for the next part of the work, I think. Thank you.
Thank you, Viktoriia. Yes.
Sorry. Hey, can I say something? Anything?
Sorry, no. I'm not sure if you are not a presenter, right? So I don't think we can see you on the screen.
Sorry.
So yeah, for the presenters, thank you very much for sharing these very practical things that you've learned. It's interesting that some of you mentioned that some things and methods were applicable and some of them did not work. And it's always the case. Some things will just not work for you. But I think it's great, as Angela mentioned, that you can actually talk about this with your colleagues, because often in everyday life, we have no time to talk and discuss the things that worked or didn't work in the classroom. So it's really, really good that even if something didn't work, you're able to share it with your colleagues and discuss it and talk about the reasons why. And this way also gain a somewhat better understanding or deeper understanding of why certain things work, and then you take them to another class and they don't. So moving on to the next question I have, I think it's more related to the way you learned, because this here is learning on the platform and not a conventional face-to-face course. So in your view, what are the benefits of learning on a platform as opposed to a face-to-face course? Viktoriia?
Maybe the main benefit is flexibility and accessibility to this course and to the platform, and also, as I mentioned before, a well-structured material. If you want something to clear understand or revise, maybe you can find on this platform, watch a video, and then on the next session, live session, you can discuss with your partner, with your colleagues, and it's very useful because we had an opportunity to watch some problems, some questions from the other side, from maybe even inside of it. It's the main benefit, I think. Thank you.
Great. Angela, do you feel the same way?
I agree with Viktoriia, but I want to say that in my case, the biggest benefit while working on the platform was my time, because I could choose when to work, how much can I work, how much time do I have. It could be 20 minutes, an hour, half an hour, 2 hours. So time was really very important thing for me. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned this kind of flexibility in terms of time and agreeing the time of live sessions and being able to choose content and balance your time as well. Marina?
Yeah, and I want to add something. I want to say that just in our group, it was just taking part in the forums. Yet it was a great ability for our teachers to communicate, to start their communication and collaboration. Because, so speaking about live sessions, about our Zoom sessions, it was very difficult for them to collaborate, to work in groups, to share their ideas, and just working in the OTC platform, it helped. Just to collaborate, yeah, and to work together.
So you found it easier to gel on a platform rather than in face-to-face courses, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Okay, did anybody have a similar experience? Okay, we have a few comments from the chat in the meantime saying that other teachers are saying that, oh, this is important for me too, the fact that you can easily collaborate. I think, Ivan, you wanted to say something, is that right?
Yeah, thank you, Maria. You have noticed that. Thank you. Well, indeed, it's great that you can actually do the tasks whenever you want. You can write on the forum whenever you want. It doesn't mean that you have to like start working at 12 and finish at 3. It's up to you. And one more thing that is really great is that you can communicate even internationally, because most of the teachers that, well, I know, for example, from my region, we kind of already have shared some of the experience, but it's very interesting to share the experience behind behind the other cities of Ukraine, and that's really great, because when we communicate, we really can share something interesting, and that's what I consider an important part during the course. Thank you.
Thank you, Ivan. Okay, let me slowly move to the next question, which I think is the most wanted question by the audience today. And the question is, what challenges, difficulties did you face on this course, and how did you actually deal with them? I think everyone is really eager to know this. Ludmila, would you like to share yours first?
Okay. So I have to say that the program is really time consuming, but again, I want to say that it's worth trying. The challenge you will face is to find the right balance between your work and your learning. For me, the first week was the most difficult because it was at the beginning of the school year with all this paperwork and preparation to deal with. So I felt pressure from different sides. But I think that would have been different if I had given more attention to the manual, to the participants' manual and the calendar that we were sent and that the teachers will be sent for sure. So I think it would be a great idea if you could print the calendar, the timetable, and put it in a visible place so that you can have it all the way, and you can this will help you to plan your work efficiently, and this will help to integrate you together with the schoolwork and to spend happy time with your family. So
thank you very much, Ludmila. Those who are taking part in the program, I hope you're writing this down. Read the manual carefully. That's a good first step, yeah? Angela, what was your challenge?
Yes, I want to say that I quite agree with Ludmila. It was really difficult to start working because we had September, we started working at school, and then we had this program. The first week was really challenging, but then I got used to it. Though still we have had some problems, for example, bad internet connection. Sometimes my group mates couldn't join our live sessions because of that. And what's more, working at school and working on the platform and doing the course at the same time, it was really challenging. We had to prepare school lessons, we had to do a lot of tasks, and then we had to have live sessions. They were really demanding. It was the most difficult point, I should say. Thank you.
Okay, so basically everyone who joins the course has to be prepared that it's still quite a lot of hard but interesting work, and you still have to combine and balance your workload as well. Yeah, also a very good tip about the connection, yeah, that if you sort out your connection and find a spot with good internet, it will really help you and your colleagues cooperate more effectively, yeah? Okay, do we have more advice from the facilitators, the trainers, and the teachers on the course? Ludmila Pushko?
I should say that everybody should understand that this process is quite flexible. If, for example, you don't have enough time during the week, you can complete the tasks at weekends. And I often did in such a way, and I managed to combine my teaching and doing the course. Thank you.
Thanks, Ludmila. And Ivan, your challenge?
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yeah, I've just noticed a message on Facebook, a comment, and the same thing was mentioned by our teachers, that the course is really time consuming, and 4-hour live session, that's way too long. But actually it's not that long, a 4-hour session is not a 4-hour session indeed, because you have a break, you have your breakout rooms, you have time to think, you have time to communicate with your teacher colleagues and whatever, and that time passes really fast. And so I would like to calm everybody down. Don't worry, 4-hour session is not that scary, so it's okay. Just take your time. It is really nice because when you set that, because facilitators are not teachers, they are not trainers, they are equal with you. So you're just doing everything together. And if you have that feeling, the course doesn't seem to be very difficult. So that's what we have faced and what we have actually managed to do nicely. Thank you.
Thank you, Ivan. Perhaps we could also have a few words from the facilitators, Marina, Olga. Marina, what was your perspective on teachers' difficulties and how could they be avoided? Olga?
I'd like to add that this course is a real chance to try your management skills, and the calendar is already done for you, and you should just follow it, manage your time, and enjoy the process.
Okay, concise and efficient advice. Thank you. Marina, is there anything you'd like to add, or maybe back?
Yeah, I just already thought about motivation, about teachers' motivation, and you see that maybe the biggest motivation is not to get a certificate, but to make just to take some differences in their teaching process, because you know that just in speaking about our teachers, yeah, speaking about our group, so you see that our teachers enjoyed the process of just learning on the platform and communicating with during our live sessions. Yeah, and for hours it's not too long, because you know that everything you need is just not to be so calm, not just to share your experience, to be communicative, and everything will be okay. Don't be so shy and be an active participator in this course.
Okay, thanks. And Viktoriia?
Okay, so I think this platform and this program for those who doesn't like to stay in the same position, in the same level, who wants to go ahead, to take some challenges, to develop themselves, to create something new. Of course, for teachers who wants to understand our system of education, how to work and how to motivate our kids, children to use English, to learn it, how to be successful in future life, and how to find themselves in the nearest future. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Viktoriia. And finally, we'll move to the last, but I think a very important question we have for the panel. You know that today's panel discussion is a bit of a relay. So the previous cohort passes the baton to the next cohort. So panelists, what would be your advice to the next team of teachers? Just one piece of advice, what to do, what not to do. Something that they could remember and keep in mind for the start of their course. Okay, Angela is always ready to answer.
Yeah, sorry. First of all, I want to say, don't be afraid. It's really amazing work. It's amazing time and experience when you will learn a lot of new things. You will learn a lot of new materials and a lot of new techniques. So don't be afraid and be very active, because sometimes it's difficult to work in a group if a person doesn't want to speak or he or she just is afraid. So don't be afraid. It's not a school and you will not get a bad mark for it. Just be very confident and try to participate as much as you can.
Angela, thank you very much. That's lovely. You have a comment from Anna Olegovna in the chat. Thank you for inspiration and calming us down. I've got a strong feeling everything is going to go well. Olga?
Okay, my piece of advice will be the next. As I already said, please enjoy the process of learning during this course. Don't be shy. Don't hesitate to ask your facilitators questions. I'm sure they will be really willing to answer your questions. They will be ready to answer your questions. Don't be shy to participate in discussions, in forum discussions, and in discussions during live sessions. There are no marks, bad marks or good marks. We are colleagues, we share our ideas, we discuss, we solve problems. So if you don't know something, you can always ask not only facilitators, but your colleagues from your oblast. So enjoy the process, try to learn as much as possible. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Olga. Ludmila.
Okay, thanks a lot. I want to give rather practical advice concerning live sessions. So you know that you will have them twice approximately, about twice a week. By the end, you will have them more. But I want to say that it's really, really helpful to try to work through each model before the online meeting. You know, you have your calendar and just try to stick to it. You have to work a module, and you can go back to it and anytime afterwards to reread it and work through it more thoroughly. But it's really important to be familiar with the content of the module before the session, so that you are ready for the group discussions and be able to understand what facilitators have to share. And don't be shy. Feel free to speak, as a new Ukrainian school reform does not focus on the mistakes, but rather on the content you present. You will receive the encouragement and great support from your facilitators. They respect each participant's ideas and opinions, and you can feel their support all the time. So do not hesitate to ask them about anything that you are worried about. Thanks.
Thank you. As they say, there are no silly questions, basically. Yeah, all the questions are great. Ivan?
Yeah, thank you. I totally agree with the previous speaker. This is really a place where you can share your ideas. And some of our teachers told us at the very last session, like, at first I was afraid to ask questions because I thought that was a stupid one. But, you know, we always persuade teachers, just ask everything, because there is no a correct or a right question or a right answer. We are collecting the ideas. We are condensing like the wisdom, you know, that group wisdom. And that is really great feeling at the end when teachers told us that we don't want to leave, you know. We asked them, please leave the meeting, but they told us, no, we just want to stay for a couple more minutes. So, you know, that's the best feeling ever. And that is really the chance to experience this. So just stay positive, absolutely. And as my co-facilitator says, Miroslava, she says, stay calm, take it easy. It's not a contest. You know, she sends me that picture all the time before the session, and that really motivates to be positive and take everything easier. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ivan. Believe it or not, we also have a tip from the chat from Irina Debrek, who also passed the course. And she also tells us she says that the plan is quite good. So just try to organize yourself and follow the calendar, follow the plan. And two things that will help you are self-management and your famous teacher's enthusiasm. Okay, we have some more time for the last tip. If one of the experts, one of the panelists has one. Ludmila?
I've got another tip. I think that this program is an excellent opportunity to find like-minded colleagues, because the groups are organized in such a way that teachers from different parts of Ukraine meet together and discuss the things. And we realize that we all have the same problems which should be solved. And in such a way, we find these common decisions, solutions, and it helps us to teach them to go further. That's why this program is rewarding and eventful. And I think that nobody should be afraid of the time which will be taken and of all the effort which you will make to achieve success. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ludmila. We are getting a lot of comments in the chat saying, thank you very much for your advice. Thanks for your advice. And your advice is really important. That your comments are very, very inspiring. Honestly, I'd really like to thank you for sharing your experiences in such an honest and practical way. I'm sure that your comments have been very, very valuable to the people who are watching us. That it's really the kind of thing that helps people get through and know what to expect. Now we'll slowly be moving to our Q&A session. So those who are watching us, if you still have any questions or some of your questions are unanswered, if you want to ask one of the facilitators or one of the teachers from the previous cohort, please post your questions. Cristiana and Viktoriia are also around to answer the questions. Actually, we already have one question here. Yeah, a lot of teachers, when they register for the event, they wanted to know if this program can help plan online lessons in particular, and if there is a chance to learn how to motivate students studying online, which again is a very hot topic these days. So perhaps some of our facilitators or teachers can comment on that. Cristiana?
Thank you, Maria. I just want to say that we have noticed in many of our online projects that just the fact that teachers become learners in an online environment makes the teachers more aware of the issues that learners have. All the activities that our facilitators run on the platform allow the teachers to actually be learners, if you want, to have this learning experience, but at the same time, at the end of each activity, they can put on the teacher hat and reflect on how they can apply that in their own teaching. So it's something, an experience, even if maybe it's not directly addressed, indirectly it's done. There are also parts that actually deal with working with learners in different environments, and I'm sure that our facilitators can tell you more.
Okay, thank you very much, Cristiana, for getting that. Olga, did you want to add?
I'd like to add about motivation during face-to-face lessons and online lessons. You see, I can't see much difference between motivation during online lessons. It's the same techniques, the same methods as during face-to-face lessons. So just find interesting topics for your students, learn or know their peculiarities, just interest them in learning English. The same methods in face-to-face lessons and online lessons.
So see, we are already having that discussion. This is great, how to do this, how to implement this. Viktoriia, our project manager, would also like to make a comment.
I just would like to comment and support Cristiana, what she has said. You will have an opportunity to participate in live sessions which are delivered online in Zoom. And you can learn from these sessions how to organize work, and you can apply what you've learned to teaching your students. And if you use a flipped classroom approach, giving more boring tasks, let's call them boring tasks to do at home, and prepare for a discussion during this, the meeting, then students will be more interested and motivated, because they were going to discuss topics close to them, close to real life. They will be doing something creative, something engaging, rather than doing exercises, filling in the gaps, or reading and translating. Yeah, it's not motivational, but active engagement of learners into participation, it doesn't matter whether it's face-to-face or online, is always motivational for them. But learn from live sessions, learn from your facilitators, and ask facilitators how it can be changed and be applicable to teaching students. It can help a lot.
Thank you very much. Ivan?
Yeah, totally agree to Viktoriia's words. Indeed, working during the session, you can see like everything that is happening on the session may be implied into your lesson. So we're working with different shared documents. So you can work in pairs, you can work in groups, you can imply that into your class. We are using different interactive games, different warm-ups, you know, like every facilitator has their own tools for that. And that is an example for teachers. One more thing that you can do is you can ask your facilitators to create a forum discussion. So let's imagine, let it be how to teach online. So your tips. The facilitator easily creates that discussion and all the teachers share their ideas, and that's the place where you can do it easily and have some great ideas, share yours. And I think it's a good idea. Thank you.
May I add?
Please do.
According to our work, and now we have online lessons, and from this platform, from this work, from my colleagues, I take some activity like Google Forms. And now I suggest my children to fill some Google Forms according to different tests, vocabulary, grammar, different kind. But before this platform, before this work, I didn't use it, and now it's for me huge experience. I can implement it and use actively in my experience in my work. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. This is just the kind of sharing that I think would be great to see on the platform. The next question we have is a technical one. So perhaps for Cristiana or Viktoriia, but I think that the teachers and facilitators can also share their experience. Is it possible to complete the course fully on a mobile phone?
Yes, actually, the platform is quite user-friendly on mobile devices. It's just that instead of the tabs that I showed you up the page, you will have the menu, you know, the 3 lines that act as a menu, and you have to click on those to see the choices. Other than that, everything can be done on a mobile device. You don't have many documents to save or to work in. You will work both asynchronously and synchronously on platforms that are, let's say, mobile device friendly. And I'm sure that the other facilitators will have some tips. I see that Ivan has his virtual hand up.
Ivan?
Yeah, thank you. Yes, it is definitely possible to do it from your mobile device or a tablet, whatever, but just a few tips for you to make it successful, because sometimes it may happen that the course may not be completed if you are not in a, you know, make your browser on your smartphone or wherever, make it in the computer mode. So it is not in mobile mode, because sometimes the course may not be like completed. So that will not show you 100% of completion. So just make sure you switch it to not a mobile view, but to a computer view. So that's the tip. And after that, it's absolutely possible. And it's pretty useful because writing on forums, it's very comfy. You're in a queue or wherever, and you're writing your form. So that's a good idea.
Thank you, Ivan. Yeah, Cristiana and Ivan, Natalia Ignatuk says thank you for answering her question. Also, Angela?
Yeah, I want just to share my experience. For example, speaking about me, I worked only on my computer and I didn't have any problems with completing the tasks, and with forum the same. But my colleagues who worked from their mobile phones, it was not convenient sometimes to do all the tasks. And besides, very often we had to share our screens while working together. And it was difficult for those who were working on the mobile phones to read everything correctly and to do this. So maybe it's better to use computer or laptop. Thank you.
Thanks. So basically a laptop or a tablet would still be preferable just to make it easier, but it's still possible without. We actually have a lot of questions related to logging onto the platform. So perhaps Viktoriia or Cristiana, you could help us. A lot of people are asking how to log onto the platform, what to do if they did not receive a message from their facilitators. How do these things work? Perhaps you could tell us a little bit about that, or refer us to somebody.
I can start, and then Cristiana can add if I haven't mentioned anything. So the login to the platform started from today. And probably not everybody has got an email from the e-com platform that they have to register. Just be patient. The registration to the platform will last from today till Friday. So if you haven't got anything today, You can probably get it tomorrow, or you will get it on Friday. As regards welcome letters, I think that you will receive welcome letters today as well. So your facilitators know about it, and they will inform you how to do it. They will send you all the guides I was talking in my presentation, so it will make your registration process easy. So don't worry, you still have time. Still 2 more days left. Cristiana, if I missed anything, please add.
No, I just love to see that people are so enthusiastic and they are eager to join. They can't wait to start. This is fabulous. Indeed, it is. You have to understand this is being built up. We are talking about 2,600 teachers being uploaded. So it's not immediate, but we are getting there. So just be patient and keep an eye on the emails. I know that not all the teachers are used to checking their emails regularly. Please take this as an opportunity to start using your email more often. Check your email, just stay in touch with your facilitator. And if there are any technical problems when logging in, let me just remind you that if you go to the link that is provided to you, you have access to the help button even without logging in. So if you have problems logging in, just click on help, report the problem, whatever problem that may be, and you will be assisted even before you log in. So things are coming your way. Thank you for your enthusiasm, and we look forward to working together.
And I would like to add that please check your spam box, because sometimes emails from other sources can get into your spam box and you cannot see them. So make it a habit to check not only your regular inbox, but your spam box, promotion, or social inboxes, if you have any.
Viktoriia, is there like a go-to person? Because there are a lot of questions like what to do if I've changed my email, or if my surname has changed, so my certificate will have to have a different surname on it. Is there a person who could help with all these questions?
I think, Cristiana, can you answer about if there is a change in the surname, what we can do while registering?
Well, unfortunately, if there is a change of name, it's like with any other certificate or that you have, you will have to keep it as it is. Or once you are on the platform, you can ask, again, use the help button and ask for the name to be changed. I know that you can edit your account and you can probably change your name, but not the email, please. So you can try changing the name if you have got married and you want to have your new name on the certificate, but try not to change the emails, please, just the name.
Yeah, and as regards certificates, certificates are issued by the in-service teacher training institutions, by Metodisты и ППО. So you can contact your methodologist and say that your surname changed, and can you please my new surname in the certificate? I don't think that it's going to be a problem, but you need to contact your IPPO Methodist.
Thank you, Viktoriia. Let me take another question from the chat. Evelina is asking, what can we do if we have a problem with time management? So perhaps you can't complete a certain task on time, or perhaps we can't be in touch all the time. What to do and who to contact in that case?
I can answer, and then some of facilitators who are in the panel can add. If you experience problems, probably we are in the time of COVID, and it's very I don't like to say it's very likely that we can get it, but in case you can catch it, please inform your facilitators, and they will think of a task to give you in order to be recorded in your records of work. So if you missed live sessions, or if you didn't participate in forum discussions, when you are back, you can post your comments in forum discussions, and you can do some additional tasks for the live session. So don't worry, but please inform your facilitators in time, not at the end of the program after 2 weeks of studying, but straight when you experience any problem with attendance. So this is my recommendation. Ivan or Olga can tell more.
Ivan wanted to add something?
Yes, absolutely. The facilitators are really friendly and tolerant to everything. Just try to inform when you have your Viber group or whatever other mean of communication you have. Just ask your participants to inform you in advance so you can later send them a task. But still, you can participate in the live session. Just listen if you can. If you're sick, for example, you can just listen to it. You get that 1 point for being present at the live session, and you get 2 points for being participating meaningfully. You still can do the forums. You can do it like, you know, if you feel okay, you can do that forum. One more thing, that some facilitators may record the session, so you may later send that recording of the video, and the participant may have a look at that, and it would be a chance to accomplish the course successfully.
Thank you, Ivan. Yeah, it's great to have this kind of flexibility at different levels. And of course, we also have a question about certificates. People are also worried about their certificates. So did all the participants of Cohort 1 get their certificates?
I can answer this question. Probably Marina can add something in this case. As I have already said in my presentation, to get a certificate, you have to complete online course to do all the modules. You have to post your answers to the facilitators' questions in forum discussions and to one of the posts of your peers. You have to complete portfolio tasks and to participate in live sessions. In case that you miss it to a reason, you inform your facilitator and you will be given an additional task so that your work will be taken into consideration. But if you did only 50% of the course, no certificate. So all insert teacher educators, methodologists, they get your records of work, and they will issue certificates only to those who completed the program 100%. Marina, can you add anything?
Oh, yeah, thank you. And I want to add that just regional methodologists, we are teacher friendly, and that is why we are here to help you to get your certificates. And so speaking about our experience, we had 200 teachers of English from Donetsk region in Cohort 1, and all of them got their certificates. So it's not difficult if you will be if you will discuss everything, each problem or something else, each situation with your trainer, yeah, with your facilitator, and everything will be okay. Just be in touch and discuss everything, and they will help you to get your certificate.
And I would like to add, teachers of the pilot schools will get certificates from the British Council, and certificates will be ready probably by the end of the next week. So you will receive it by email. If you don't get anything, please contact me or Miroslava, and we will see what's the reason why you are not in this list. So don't be shy, shout.
Thank you very much, Viktoriia. I think we've taken all the questions from the chat, and we're getting a lot of thanks from the participants for the information in the webinar and the inspiration and support. So I think we will be winding down. My last word of thanks to the panelists. I think you were great. Your tips were really insightful. And Viktoriia, over to you.
Yes, this brought us to the end of our event today. And yeah, reading your comments and thanks, it's really inspirational for us. Yeah, this program is lengthy in comparison to 20 hours. It requires a lot of efforts from you. It requires a lot of skills like time management, organizational skills, but it is rewarding. It is developmental. And by the end of this program, you are better teachers, you better understand what's happening, and all your efforts are paid. And it's not only that you get a certificate, it's your own professional development. And I hope that the advice and tips and discussions of teachers and facilitators who participated in panel discussion helped you to feel more relaxed and helped you to understand what you are going to do. And you know what platform is going to be used thanks to Cristiana. And you know what the program is like. So you are equipped with any kind of information. Just follow as one of panelists recommend, just have the timetable in front of you and see what you have to do, not to miss it, organize your work, and it will be really good. And I would like to tell what one of facilitators of Cohort once said. It's not strange, but this is something which I try to understand. She said that the more tasks I have to do, especially from the British Council, the more free time I have. And it means that if I have a lot on my plate, I have to organize my work carefully and to organize my time carefully and manage it. And then in such a case, I can have more time for myself and for my family. So what I would like to wish you, enjoy what you are doing. Take this program as a new step to your professional development. Don't be afraid. There are a lot of people here for you to help you and support you. And let's move to another stage of your professional development. So I would like to thank everyone who participated in today's forum. Cristiana Osan, Maria Penne, all panelists, Arena, who helped us to stream the event to the Facebook, our interpreters who helped to translate into Ukrainian. So to everyone who is involved. And I think it was a really helpful event and you enjoyed it. I would like to say that stay safe, look after yourself, take care of yourself and your loved ones. Goodbye.